You had a bad night last night. Manchester City losing to Bodo Glimt. I guess it makes us wonder tonight. Liverpool, high stakes. Could you endure a similarly difficult night, Jamie?
I think it will be a tough game. I think it will be a tough game, but it might be made a little bit easier because Mo Salah's back.
Are you happy with that?
Yes, he's in the team. Tonight, I think the manager almost confirmed that in his press conference. So Liverpool have been difficult to beat of late, but still haven't been exciting enough, haven't been winning enough games, scoring enough goals, and yeah, Mo Salah's back. The King is back.
Can you control your temper today, please?
I will struggle to contain my emotions as I normally do when Liverpool are playing, but yeah, you know, I like the look of the team, but it will be a tough place to go. It'll be a tough game tonight for Liverpool.
Jamie and I were talking before. We recorded an edition of Kicking It, the podcast. And
Where's that in the charts?
We're not in the same charts as you. Anyway, Jamie told me that the morning after a Liverpool loss, his stomach still hurts. Like, you can feel it in his stomach. It's still sitting with him.
Really?
Yeah. Are you like that with Arsenal?
Oh.
Are you like that, TT?
Wow. No.
No?
No.
You've shaken it off?
I have to. I had to in the last 20 years. I would have been in pain by now.
Well, this season, Liverpool's form has been a bit off, just like Jamie's rhythm, some might say. The Reds come into this game on a 12-match unbeaten streak, but since the new year, 4 of their last 5 have been draws, so we're still trying to figure out where and who are this Liverpool team. Let's get Jamie Carragher's opinion. They were booed off at the weekend, weren't they, after the 1-1 draw against Burnley. Do you share the fans' frustration with kind of the performances of Liverpool at the moment?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I can understand that. I think when the manager was in a run of sort of 9 defeats in 12 games, that's not acceptable. He had to stop that somewhere, and that's where the whole Mo Salah thing sort of blew up. But he has stopped the defeats. But the way he's gone about that has probably almost gone on for too long. You can accept that for the first sort of 4 or 5 games. It's not the Liverpool he wants, not the Liverpool we want to watch. But the most important thing is stopping the defeats, getting a few wins, draws here and there. But this is sort of carried on now for sort of couple of months, it feels like, and it's almost gone on too long, and it has to change in the second half of the season. There's a bit more energy and excitement about watching Liverpool. But what I would say is, in terms of the manager, I think some of the criticism the manager's had and he gets from some Liverpool supporters, I think is just way out of line and way over the top. This is a guy who 6 months ago won the league title, you know, and he's done an interview today for another broadcaster, and they've used the headline of, "Oh, Liverpool have, you know, won the league twice in 30 years," and I was one of the guys who won it. And we all do this on social media. It gets everyone clicking. So all Liverpool fans are going mad at it. He hasn't said that. You know what I mean? If you listen to the full interview.
In context, right?
Yeah, put it in context. So I get a bit frustrated on his part because he's very calm and measured in press conferences. He was like that last year, even when Liverpool winning. He's like that right now. And I think he deserves a lot more respect from Liverpool supporters for what he's done in his first season at the club. And it's not great at the moment. We all know that. But he should be given the opportunity and the time in the second half of the season to sort of get Liverpool, you know, back on track. Because there's a lot of things wrong with Liverpool right now. The makeup of the squad isn't right. The balance of the squad isn't right. Players who were fantastic last season are not playing anywhere near their level. And Arne Slot isn't having the season he was having last season in terms of making decisions and substitutions. So it's not just on the manager. This is a collective why Liverpool is struggling this season.
And does Arne Slot's position kind of inevitably get made more uncomfortable by the fact that Xabi Alonso became available, you know, his exit from Real Madrid, and that kind of adds to this narrative of should they be looking to bring somebody else in to right the ship?
Well, that's not usually, as you usually say, that's not how Liverpool do operate usually. What's annoying when you're a manager is that when you're at a big club, it's always rumours that someone's going to come, apart if you're Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp at one point, because what you're bringing, the style of football, even though you're not on a good run, pleases people. If you go back, I think it was COVID time, when Liverpool were not winning after Klopp won the league, right? If I'm not...
Yeah.
What was it, 6 defeats in a row?
6 defeats at Anfield in a row. There was no supporters in there, but there was...
But I'm just saying, the result was still there. No one complained and said that Jurgen Klopp should leave or not, because they were happy with the style of play. What's happening with Liverpool, for me, I was expecting that last year. It's kind of weird. And if it did happen last year, the fans would have been more calm. don't you think they would have said, "Oh, give him time to bring his team and his players"? The thing is, as you said, he did bring his team or his players, shall I say, and they didn't perform right from the start. I think that also, not only him, as you said, you have also the sporting director, but I do think that when a guy wins you the league, I'm not saying that he should get a pass, but you should be a tiny bit more, not relaxed, because it's Liverpool and the way it was before and the style of play of Jurgen Klopp, and that will buy you time. Sometimes when people can see a certain way of playing, I don't think that he's under pressure with that one. But yeah, Xabi Alonso is available and he's a Liverpool legend. You will say that, right? He's a Liverpool legend. So obviously people are going to talk, but I'm with Jamie. I do think that the guy is brutally honest, which I love at times. He never goes above or under what's happening. He usually tells you the situations. And you would like to think that Mo Salah is back, that everything's going to go back to normal. And some of the draws that they had since Mo Salah left, maybe if Mo Salah was there, he would have turned that into a win. They would have had more points and they would have been a tiny bit better. But I don't want any manager to be under pressure because someone just left and because of result or whatever. I don't think it's right. I just think that they can be a tiny bit more patient with a guy that won them the league.
Especially with new signings as well. I think Wirtz is coming to his own. Wirtz took a little bit longer than we all expected, but he's someone now who's really clever around the box. Obviously got really good first touch. I think the problem was, or the question was, could he do it in the Premier League? And we're now starting to see that with his dancing feet there, left foot. And this is how we expect him to start, but he just, I don't know whether it was the system, whether it was the new players, fitting into the squad, rotation of positions, but this is the Wirtz that Liverpool wanted to sign.
He looks like the player in the team now where everybody wants to get the ball to Florian Wirtz because you feel like something's going to happen. We were like that when we played with Steven Gerrard. Listen, he's a different player to Steven Gerrard, and it's obviously not at that level just yet, but you can see when you watch Liverpool play, try and get the ball to this guy, because every time it comes to him, he seems to make the right decision.
Correct.
You know, it's not all about him. He'll pass the ball early as well, which is something that I like. And from the reports I hear around the training ground, the way he is at the club, he seems like a sort of really grounded, no big ego. He wants to do well, so you'd almost want him to do well for those reasons as well.
Let's talk about Marseille, because it's a passionate place, and you're going to see that tonight with Liverpool in town and three very crucial points.
Get me there. Get me, Kate. Come on. I'm telling you now, let me go there. I've been to Paris, I've been with the PSG fans. Big meets in Marseille.
All right, we'll talk about it in a second, but Guillaume Balaguer has been over there in the city for us, soaking up the atmosphere. Let's listen into what he's thought.
The first time you sent me here, I got fireworks thrown into my face. And I got a bit scared and a bit upset because I thought, I'm working here. But also partly, I just didn't get it. I've been here a few more times, and I get it a bit more. Imagine this, Marseille, the town of 100 villages, where people worship different gods, where there is a dozen of languages being used. They think they're different to the rest of France. Well, imagine putting all that in the velodrome, in the same place, all singing the same song, and they all thinking the same way. And on top of that, imagine if you have a manager like Roberto De Zerbi, who describes himself as an ultra, who says he lives and loves football the same way as them. Well, if you're a rival, you know what you're getting into. You're going to be intimidated. Roberto De Zerbi was inside this stadium when he managed Brighton, and told his assistant manager, oh my God, I want to be the manager here. And he is, and things are going quite well. Runners-up last season in the Champions League, mid of the table in the Champions League table. So all that done with so much passion and intensity that they feel Roberto is certainly one of them. Passion can be good and bad in bad times, but it's definitely a special way to leave this game.
Oh, you sure, Micah? You sure?
What did he say he wants to do there? The manager? I don't know. Oh, look, he's trying to do what I did. Look at me, come on, Guillaume. Be your own style, man.
Thierry, having grown up in France, what would you add to what we just saw about Marseille? What else do we need to know?
It's not easy to add what they've been saying, but you know, I give you a little story. Obviously, being young in France, Marseille was the team. Obviously, the first one to win the Champions League, as it was called at the time when they won it. You know, when you think about Marseille, you think about, in my time, because Marseille wasn't always successful, but in my time, you think about Francescoli, you think about Papin, you think about Carlos Moser, you think about Abidi Pelé, Rudy Voller, Alan Boxish, you think about, you know, Marius Trezor. I can give you so many names, Chris Waddle. I mean, those guys were outstanding, and obviously them winning. But when you think about Marseille as a French guy, the club is above everything. Nothing is above the club. Like the result of Marseille will dictate how the town is. How the mood of the town will be, because if Marseille wins, everyone's happy. They don't win, everyone is upset. And the stadium itself, I had the opportunity to score my first goal for France at the stadium, at the Velodrome. That stadium makes you fly. The way it is there, it's everything or nothing. It's very, if I can make people understand a bit more, maybe very Napoli-like. They love their club so much. Nobody is, you know, people might debate that one with me in France, with Lens and Saint-Etienne, and now how passionate they are about the club. Paris has an amazing stadium. As we all know, the Parc des Princes is magical for me also. But Marseille has an edge in every sense of the word.